Hi, this is Rob Darrow, professor of ED615. This video is going to take you on a little tour of iLearn. So this is one of 3 videos. There was a video on using Google Docs, a video on touring the syllabus, and this tour will focus on iLearn. So as you can see down below here, we are focusing on the organization of iLearn, how I've organized the course and where to look. We're going to talk about discussion board posts, assignments, where the assignments are, and then ways to turn in the assignments. So there's 3 different ways to turn in assignments in iLearn. One is you just type in a little box. 2 is you type a link into a box that links to an assignment. And the 3rd way is as an attachment. Now, I'm going to assume that in most of your other classes, you always turn in an attachment. In this class, it's rarely needed to turn in an attachment because it's either short reflections or you're going to be linking to parts of your digital binder, which is where a lot of your work will be completed. So with that, let's get over to iLearn so we can take a look at it. So I'm already logged into, this is course section 81, but section 80, section 81, they're all laid out exactly the same way. I think the first thing I'd like to show you is that I think everybody has this link for participants. So as you click on participants, then you can see everybody who's in the course. For me, what I find that's interesting is when it says last access to course. So it tells me who's logged into the course and who has not at this point in time. Not that you needed to log in yet, but I just want to point out that you can learn a lot about people just from this little box that says participants over here. I'm going to click back on the course and we're going to talk about the way the main part of the course is laid out first. So always at the very top here in the announcement section, I will give a weekly announcement. I will be sending an email out to you at the beginning of each week, and I will summarize what the email says here. The other part is that I will as I email that out to you, it's also in the assignment or the forum section, which I'll show you in just a minute. But the very top of iLearn has what I consider ongoing tools to use. So in here, you'll find the syllabus, you'll find the assignment index. We'll go back to that in a minute. Several videos, including this one, will be linked here. The resources for the grade level groups you're going to be in. Resources for the cultural groups you're going to be in, and then the sharing document where you're going to put that stuff that you're working on as a group into. And then there's also resources for finding literature as well. And then finally, there's a class wiki, and the purpose of the class wiki is it resides outside of iLearn and it's there permanently. So as you all create the resources to share with each other, I'll put all those links there so that it's always there permanently for people to use. Now, when I set up iLearn, I like the method by which I can close the different weeks here. I think that's easier for you as well, but that way it just doesn't scroll down and down. So they call this the toggle, and that's why toggle's written there in words. But if I click on week 1, then you will see just week 1. So each week is laid out the same way. There's a topic or a theme at the top, a compelling question, both that should pretty much mirror what's on the printed syllabus. And then what to do to read, view, or listen is listed here. We've got a few more things to add to this one. The videos, I'll add to this as well. And then there's a section that says do, and do means you should be doing that this week. So every week, whatever's here listed under read, view, or listen, you should be doing that for sure. And then there's other things here that should be done. And so like here's how to create your digital binder, and I'll put that video in here in a little bit. And then I include this section about things to think about. And the plans to think about is, again, just for you to think about. Like, for example, one of the bullets here is, how will you balance this classwork with other classes and completing the EdTPA? And like, I know the EdTPA takes lots of time and it's very stressful. And so you want to think through, and we will talk about that in our first class, when that's due and how I can support you in making sure you're successful with that as well. So in each section, that's how each section's laid out. At the bottom of each section, anytime you see this little box with an arrow, this is an assignment that's due. So for this first assignment, class survey, if you clicked on this, it would take you to the class survey. Actually, it would take you to this section where it says, here's how to do it. It says type done in the answer box after you've completed that. Since I'm the teacher, I can see that 2 people in this class have already submitted it, and I need to go in and grade it. I'll just take a quick look to see that it's been turned in, and then I'll be able to grade it that way. So that's how every section is laid out. Let me toggle down to one where there's several assignments due. Let's see, is this a week? Yeah, so this is week 4, and again, this is week 4 for section 81. Section 80 has something a little different week 4. The content's the same, but the organization's different. And so in this particular week, there's assignment, the Who Am I activities are due. So you click on that and turn in those assignments. It tells you how to do it. So that's where the assignments are that way. But over here on the right side under activities, that's where you can see things as a group. So I'll do assignments first and we'll work on those, and then I'll end with the different forums and discussion boards. Forums and discussion boards are the same thing. So in this assignment section, every assignment in the class and when it's due is listed here. So you can see them all linked here. And if you want to know how to turn any assignment, you just have to click on it. And you will see that wherever you click on it, there's assignment requirements. And then that assignment requirements takes you to the rubric and that sort of thing and tells you how to do it. In this particular case, for the HSS module teaching, it says write your reflection in the reflection area of your digital binder and then paste your answer in the answer sheet here. So if I was doing this and, oh, I meant to turn off my video. I'm going to do that now because I want you to focus on the other piece, not here. Plus I want the space over here. I need to change from my profile to, I'm going to switch to a student view. So if I'm the student, then I get one chance to look at this. So here's the assignment. So it says write your reflection, the reflection area of your digital binder, and paste your answer here. So for me, so this is one of those ones where you paste your answer, which basically you're typing up your reflection. And then if I click on add submission here, then here's online text. So then I simply take what I had in my digital binder and paste it there. For example, I'll just click on this area here. So let's just say this was my reflection. I highlight that and then copy it and then go to the assignment area and paste it there. So, so it gets pasted there. Or you can do it the other way around. You want to type in here and then transfer it to your digital binder. You can do it that way as well. And then you click on Save Changes. That turns in the assignment. In your assignment area, in fact, let me just do this. I'm just curious. So I'm going to click on Save Changes. And in green, it says Submitted for Grading. It tells me the grading status and what I turned in. So as a student, and again, I'm going to go back to the assignment area as a student. If I click back on assignments, under here it tells me if I've submitted the work. As a teacher, I see if it's submitted or not. Now the assignment that was turned in is way down here because it says submitted for grading. And then when it gets graded, you'll see the grade here. So I'm just making sure you know where that is. So I'm going to switch back to my normal role, but I just wanted to look at that as a student and let you know that all of these things are right here. So once again, if you click on the main page, on the right side is the assignment section. So you can see all assignments there. The other way you can see all these assignments is the assignment index. So if I clicked on there, it would take me to this section called assignment index. And here's all the main assignments. The links to the 3 videos I'm completing, I'll put in here, and also in iLearn. And then what to do with each one of these assignments is listed here. So for example, here's the Who Am I assignment that you'll be doing soon. If I click on that, it gives me all the stuff that I need to do, how to do the various things, and it also gives you examples as well. So most of the assignments will include examples. And in this case, I created these myself because this way you can get to know me just like I can get to know you, so you can use that. So I'm going to close out of that, and again, just let you know that all assignments in this class are linked here. In some sections, like the class participation discussion board posts, I want you to complete at least 6 discussion board posts throughout the course, but there's only 3 graded assignments. So 3 times throughout the semester, there's going to be an assignment that says reflect on what you read. And if I click on discussion boards, which I'll do now, it takes me deeper into more details on that. Here's how the discussion boards will be graded, that they'll be posted by Friday. You need to do your post by Wednesday at midnight. And then I want you to respond to at least 2 other scholars or 2 colleagues by Saturday of each week. And again, this gives you these details here. This is about when the different discussion board reflections are and what's required of that. And then further down here, all the discussion board topics are down here at the bottom, and some of them are filled in and some are not, because I'll fill those in as we move along with our course. So that discussion board is the same thing as forums. So I'm clicking on forums, and in here you will see where it says course announcements, which is where all the assignments that I email you about once a week, those will always be listed right here. And then down here is the forum discussion board, which is where you will post different topics. And I've got the first 2 up here. I can see that in the introduction section, there have been 4 replies. If I click on that, it lists the student. There's the main question, and then you just click on the word reply. And I see I've got Nancy's responded here, and then I've responded to Nancy, and then I posted mine. So in this class, I've got 1 person who's completed the discussion board. Anyway, that's how I look at it. The other thing to know about the discussion board, if you're interested, is up here on the right side, you can subscribe to the discussion board, and every time somebody posts in the discussion board, it will email it to you. I have that activated for myself because then I can see when people have turned in it. It's also an easy way for me to check who has completed the discussion board and who has not. And if you don't do the discussion boards, I will send you a little reminder on that one, because they're important as part of the learning in this course. All right, so that's forum discussion boards. I'm going to click back here. And the final section, I already talked about assignments, so we just talked about that. So I think that pretty much concludes the iLearn tour. The main thing is, remember these activities over here, assignments and forums are key areas. I'll always give a little overview up under announcement. These tools to use at the very top are ongoing links that will always be there in case you need to find things. And then each week, you just click on the down button to see the next week. Oh, speaking of weeks, so the weeks go from Monday to Sunday, except the first week goes from Tuesday to Sunday, because there are things I want you to complete in the next week or next 2 weeks if you're in section 81 before you come to class. So in week 1, for both classes, this is the same, is I want you to make sure you do those readings, check out the syllabus, check around iLearn, and go on a little tour on your own. So that concludes the tour of iLearn. So I hope that helps you to better understand where everything is, assignments, forums, where to look. And if you've got any questions on that, just let me know. And with that, I'm going to stop this recording, and I look forward to seeing you in our first class.